Ritter here, kicking it with head football coach Isaac Collins, and we got a lot to talk about today as we're coming off a tough home loss this past Saturday against Albright. Plus, we'll be bringing on two of our offensive coaches today, as well as two senior key players for us that will be stopping by on the set to talk some football with us as well. Coach Collins, how you doing today?
Doing
the
well.
day off as always?
Yeah,
Did you
always.
eat the tubs today?
Always. No tubs today.
No treatment,
no
nothing?
No treatment.
Now, Coach, Saturday was a tough home loss to defending MAC team Albright. You know, both sides of the ball couldn't put up 4 consistent quarters of football, and the game came all the way down to the wire at the end. But talk about some of the positives that we're going to be able to take out of this game and carry with us throughout the rest of the season.
I think the positive, just the start would be that, we didn't give up. I mean, obviously we were down. It was a large deficit. I think certainly in the fourth quarter, there was a point where I think a lot of teams might have just said this thing's over. And I think the fact that we kept swinging the axe, we kept working at it, we kept fighting, clawing, and scratching, and to put ourselves in a position really on the last drive to potentially tie the game up, it was exciting. So there's a lot of positives you can take from that. I think the other side of it is offensively, 458 yards of total offense. We're able to move the football. We're able to score some points down the stretch. Defensively, we came up with a turnover late in the game to really kind of get the ball back for the offense. So there were some positive things that you saw. We just got to find a way to put that together in 4 quarters.
Now, before we get into those highlights from Saturday's game, I want to introduce our 2 offensive coaches that we have with us today. Our first-year offensive coordinator, Charles Eager, and our first-year running back coach, Terry Owens. Guys, we appreciate you taking the time to join us today. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for having us here.
Hey, no problem. I know as players, one of the most interesting things about having a new coaching staff is that you guys come from all over. You bring a little bit of something from where you come from, and you get to teach us about that. Coach Eager, you come from Central Connecticut, where you coach the offensive side of the ball up there. Talk about some of the things that you've learned over the years from some great coaches that you tell us about, and the things that you teach us, and how you're trying to relay that to us as a whole offense.
Sure. One of the first things that comes to mind is just how to practice. I've been fortunate to be around some really good coaches over the last couple of years, and it's always been about tempo, intensity, and being able to be in the huddle every day. And that's something that I think our guys have done a pretty good job with this year. Is they're in practice every single day. They're in the huddle, they're getting better, they're working harder, and the speed of the game. And I think the more and more we get part of our system on Saturdays, and you see us moving the ball and wearing other teams out, it's really a product of how we practice. And I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned over the last couple of years is practice intensity and tempo.
Well, there's no doubt that the tempo's there. Now, Coach Owens, you're coming from Millersville University and a couple other programs such as Notre Dame and Colorado. Talk about the things that you learned there that you're trying to bring to the running backs this season.
Well, the thing that I've learned the most over the past couple of years in coaching is becoming a better teacher. Facilitate not only the development of young football players, but young men as well. And once you get them on your side, in terms of the emotional factor and almost becoming like a second parent to them, they'll listen to you a lot more. You're able to teach them a lot more. They'll listen to you, and ultimately they'll apply what you've taught to them on the football field.
Now, Coach, we didn't get the win on Saturday, but we're coming off the best outing for the offense of the entire year with 458 total yards and 27 first downs. Talk about what you told myself and some of the other guys, the things that we need to continue to do to play at such a high level for the rest of the season.
I thought as a group you guys did a great job this year. I mean, for us, we struggled early on in the season and watched the constant progression from week to week. There's no doubt it's been exciting to watch. Saturday, I wish we could have started a little bit sooner in the game, but there were some big plays, and there's a lot of positives that you guys left on the field. The 27 first downs is something we emphasized in practice last week, getting the third down conversions, and you guys did a really good job with it. And just about the energy that you bring to the table and the want to. The want to's got to stay there, and proud of the way that the offensive unit continues to get better every single week.
Now, Coach Owens, the running backs haven't just been running the ball, but they've been getting involved a lot in the passing game lately as well. Talk about the things that you're trying to teach the running backs on a week-to-week basis.
Well, what we're just trying to teach our running backs here is really to see the hole, see the gaps, see where we're trying to insert to get down the field as fast as possible, and then hit the hole at full speed, get straight ahead, and let's get as many yards as we possibly can. This past week, our offensive line has done a dynamic job in terms of getting surge up the field, and we were able to take advantage of that this weekend. And our backs performed. Adam Smith, Kaiwe Boima, those guys performed extremely well in terms of the blocking that we got, making those cuts and finding the seams to get through.
Most definitely, and you could definitely see that on Saturday. Now, Coach Eager, let's start with you. What's been your favorite thing about coaching at Widener since you've been here so far?
Absolutely the tradition that's here, the guys that are around here, right? When Coach Collins had hired me, back in March. It was exciting to be around the tradition here at Widener and the players. There's a lot of good players on our football team, and the challenge has been getting everybody to fire on all cylinders at the same time. You know, there's a lot of good players on our side of the ball, a lot of excitement, a lot of playmakers. It's just we tend to pick times in which some do it and some don't. And the biggest, I guess, trouble that I'm having is getting you guys to come together all at one time. And when that happens, the players that are here are very dynamic, and it's going to be exciting.
Coach Owens, how about you? What's been your favorite thing coaching at Widener?
You know, my favorite thing, and it seems to be the same mantra everywhere I've been, is just being around the players, being around you guys and the coaching staff. You know, it's like a brotherhood kind of. You know, you can't explain to anyone else what it's like to be inside of a football program and lead 150 men out to battle each week. And win, lose, or draw, have them on your side at the end of the day. So, I mean, that's my favorite thing about Widener is you guys actually hanging out with the team and taking the 4 or 5 hour bus rides or whatever it is.
Let's switch over to the humor side for both you guys. Coach Owens, if you had to pick one guy out of the coaching staff who gets picked on the most, who would it be?
Me.
It would be you? Why is it you?
Hey, ask him. I don't know.
Why does Coach Owens get picked on, Coach?
He does it to himself. he tries really, really hard, and he's always trying to do the right thing. Sometimes he goes overboard. You know, so
is Coach Eager the jokester on the staff? Is Coach Eager the jokester out of the staff?
I would say yeah. At this point, yes, he is. At least on the offensive side of the ball, I'll say that much.
Now, Coach Eager, last question. If the staff was playing a pickup football game and you had the first pick, who would you pick and why?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt it's going to be Coach Swan. Because he's going to find a way to score points, and that's what I'm about on offense. He might run somebody over. He's going to throw it deep. You're going to do something, but he's going to find a way to score points.
How do you think Coach Miller's going to feel about that? I know he used to play quarterback back in the day a little bit.
Well, that's still Coach Swan.
Guys, we appreciate you taking the time to join us today, and we hope to see you guys back here sometime in the future. Awesome. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.